Hey team! Got a couple of things here for Thursday Tech Day, and the first one was actually recommended by Miss Edwards, so thank you Miss Edwards for recommending this. This is the Nimbus screenshot and screen video recorder that students can use as a Google extension on their Chromebooks. So there's a lot of great things that this extension does. It does screenshots, it can do snips, it does videos, you can edit the videos, and it seems like there's a lot of other great things that it does. So, like we've done before, you can Google up this Nimbus screenshot and screen video recorder. Here's the extension. I just usually put it in the Google, or I just Google it myself, and then add it to Chrome. And so once you add it, add extension, it'll show up in your extensions up here. So it's loading right now. And then after you have it, you can try it out, play with it, let me know what you find, and hopefully it'll be a really good extension for you to use. The other thing that I wanted to show y'all today is Google Lit Trips. So if you've never used Google Earth before, Google Earth has a lot of great content on there that could be used for any content area. For reading, writing, there's a lot of writing prompts on there. There's a lot of interesting content you could use for geography or social studies. You can find museums, you can find different places in history, historical sites. There's just so much that you can do with Google Earth. And this one actually is on this website. They have a lot of tours already set up for you so that you can go onto the website and pick one that you want to do, and then they have content related to it. So Google It Trips, you do have to register. So you go to member registration and register yourself. And then you can look at the titles. So here we've got grades 9 through 10 titles. And there's a lot of interesting things on here. Diary of Anne Frank. A couple of other things that I noticed, a lot of these are based on books, but there's a lot of great ways that you could integrate you do cross-curricular lessons. So here, World War II locations, Their Eyes Were Watching God, The Kite Runner, Grapes of Wrath, da da da. So I actually went and I chose Night by Elie Wiesel because that's something that I've read before and I really enjoyed that, and it has to do with the Holocaust. So when you want to order, it's all free, but when you want to order a lesson, you go to here, the GLT store, and then you'll put in a request. So you request a trip link and they'll send it to you. So mine, I did this already and I had it ready to go. So let me find it real quick. Here we go. So this is what your trip will look like. It'll come in an email and then you just open it up and it launches Google Earth for you. And I went ahead and went through the whole night lesson, and it's really interesting. It shows you a lot of the historical sites and where things took place, shows you the trip that he made on his way from Romania to Auschwitz in Germany. So once you're here, once this is launched, then you click on present and the whole lesson launches for you. So there's some reading, there's some open-ended questions. It shows you where things took place during the storyline. So it gives you a little bit of reading here, and then you can go through and it tells you a little bit of the history. Like I said, it has some open-ended questions. It has some really good rigorous questions, getting the kids to do some deep thinking and then make connections. It links to, it creates a lot of relevance in their own life, and so really gets them to the rigor. So this is one thing that I thought was really neat when I found it, because I love Google Earth in and of itself. And if you've never used Google Earth, you can actually go in. So here, if I wanted to show the kids, you know, he stopped in Hungary for a while, and so I want to show them maybe what it looked like. So here's this little dude that you can move on the map, and it'll show you what it looks like from the street view. So here, I'll just put him over here, and then I can look on the street, and I can see what it looks like now. Of course, it's not going to give you the historical view, but you can see what it looks like present day. So here is a little shot of the highway. And then when I'm done with looking at whatever I want to look at, I can just go back to the lesson and it'll continue. One thing that I was going to show you from the very first, or the second slide. So, actually, just kidding, this side. So it shows you where he started in Romania, and you can actually drag your little guy. So I zoomed in a little bit, and you can drag the little guy down to the street view to see where he was born. So this is the house where he was born. It's still there. So if you drag your little guy down, and then you can look and see, and the kids can do it too. They can look at Google Earth from their computers. So they can do a little vision and see what it looks like just on the streets right now. And I know it's a little bit further because I looked at it earlier. So we can look down the street, and again, this is what it looks like right now. So a good kind of history lesson or culture lesson, a lot of things that you can add into this. And then here is that historical site. So here's his house and where he was born, and you can see what it looks like. Some of these places that you'll see on Google Earth, you can actually walk in and it'll give you a little tour of the inside of it too, so that's really neat as well. So that is the two tech things I wanted to show you today. Here is a really distant view from Google Earth. If I wanted to click on Texas, we could click in and I could zoom in. You can see Wichita Falls, you can see buildings if you were wanting to show kids maybe some historical areas, or there's history, there's geography in here. You can see just from the Google Earth itself, you can see a lot of the geography, and there's ways that you could integrate that into a lesson. You could do math, there's distance, just a lot of ways that you could integrate this into any kind of lesson. So lots of interesting things here. Sometimes if you take your little guy and you try to, oops, oh, I moved myself. I didn't know you could do that. So if you take your little guy and you try to drop him somewhere, you can see what it looks like. So let's see if we can see here in front of the school. Just another way for you to be able to use the Google Earth. So, move my little deer back down. Yep, so there we are. We're on Coyote Boulevard. We can look around, see what's around. There's the school. So Google has obviously been here, and that's how they get the pictures. So just something kind of neat, another way that you could use it and see what's around. So, all right, there you go, coyotes. I hope you have a great Thursday on this short week, and hope that you're having some good classes and good experience with your online and virtual teaching. I know that this has been a challenge, but you've risen to the occasion, and I applaud you all. Have a great week, and happy Thursday Tech Day. Go Yotes!